Blake now throws to Roy. Brandon, a three-pointer out front. Hit it! Yes, he did! Oh, yeah!
Are you kidding me?
The natural!
He was an unbelievable athlete. When you would ask him to rise to a different level, that's when he would go in and dunk on a 6'10 or 6'11 player. And he was a catalyst. Every time I needed to get after the kids to make them rise to a higher level, he was the one that would always lead the charge.
You know, I'm a Northwest guy. I played college, in the Northwest. So, I think it'd be good for my family. They enjoy it more than, maybe I would, because they can stay close and watch the games. But I think it's just important, to play the best I can. And if I can get, drafted to a team like Portland, I think that'd be great.
With the 6th pick in the 2006 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Brandon Roy from the University of Washington.
The most well-rounded player going in, offensively, defensively.
And multiple sources have told us that Minnesota and Portland will swap the 6 and the 7 picks. So that means Brandon Roy going from Minnesota to Portland.
I wanted to come in and play hard, have fun, but we wanted to win, and we got that tonight, so I'm extremely excited. I want to do whatever I can to help this team win, and I got excited again, and things start falling for me, and it turned out to be a good game.
Welcome to the NBA.
Thank you.
I told him, my foot's feeling good. I walk around the house without it. It feels good. Go ahead and take it off, and let's start trying to see how your foot responds now that you don't have a boot. Protecting it. This is a good step. Hopefully, like I said, the guys can go on the road, and when they come back, I should be ready to help out.
2 overtime games in the last 10 days. Will there be another? Roy. Oh, looked like he might have been fouled as well by Diawara. You're right, MB. He set the body under him.
To make it to the NBA was always my dream, and I was excited to do that. The minute I was drafted, I said I want to be the best pro I can be. I just try to continue to set the bar high for myself. I can't even, explain how I feel. I mean, it's just a great feeling. I want to get better and be an all-star next year, and I want to be in the playoffs.
Portland Trailblazers, they came into the year. I mean, this is a team that's 11-1 in month of December.
They are looking good. They're averaging over 100 points per game in this recent stretch. Brandon Roy, again, a guy who's just really been on fire. The guy who's leading the charge in this recent stretch for the Blazers.
It's extremely humbling. I mean, all-star in my second season. I still haven't found the words to explain how I feel right now. But I feel great. It's truly a blessing. And I'm just excited to not only represent, my family, but this entire organization.
Brandon Roy steps up to the line, averaging 19 and a half a game, just under 6 assists and 5 rebounds.
Roy is big fourth quarter player and a big moment player. You saw him put a little bit extra into that crossover and drive.
Just continue to ride the bike and try to keep my legs loose and fresh. It's something that you really need, especially playing at this level. Run a couple miles and nothing too hard, but just really trying to build up my stamina. It builds up your strength in your legs. And when you get out in the game and you play 48 minutes.
Blake now throws to Roy. Brandon, a three-pointer out front. Hit it! Yes, he did! Oh, yeah!
Are you kidding me?
The natural! On a night when Brandon Roy sets an all-time Rose Garden scoring record for a Trailblazer, 52 points in 44 minutes. And the Blazers beat the Suns 124 to 119.
And Brandon Roy, 22 points and 10 steals, which ties the franchise record. The Blazers all over the Wizards, 187. Blazers 16-5 at the Rose Garden. They're 15-5 against the East.
One of my favorite players, Marv, he had his 52-point game against Phoenix. I think you also had him when he had the game against Houston. You hear him talking about this year. He said, I'm much more comfortable. Brandon Roy, smooth, efficient, no wasted energy, the sweet jump shot.
Give the foul, give the foul, give the foul. Block the shot, help. Play some defense. That's Brandon Roy. That guy's pretty good.
He is pretty good. He's an all-star. That's a game winner, 109-108.
What's the potential of this team? How far can it go?
Oh, man, we got to keep working. Our potential is definitely high, but it's not going to happen if we don't continue to work. So we're going to take it one game at a time. We got to get mentally tougher and more consistent. And if we do those things, then the sky's the limit for us.
This guy is one of the better players that most casual viewers of the NBA don't understand how good he is.
14 in this game. He had a 52-point game against Phoenix. 12 total games of 30 points or more. Brandon Roy has really stepped up big time. He said he wanted his partners to do a little bit more in game 2, but I guess he's also going to do a lot of big stuff himself.
They know it now. Here it is. The Rockets are going to the second round.
Roy's probably the best player I've played against. To me, he's the best shooting guard. Not on defense now. His defense is kind of suspect, but he's the best player I played against.
He's a better player than Kobe Bryant, a better player than LeBron James?
He's the best player I played against.
Brandon Roy has signed a contract extension with the Portland Trail Blazers, according to Yahoo Sports. He led the Blazers in scoring and assists last season and helping improve the team from a 21-win season to 54 in the playoffs.
Brandon Roy, he was another storyline here. Remember, he's missed the last 2 games because of a hamstring issue. And there you see, pulling on it again. He played 18 minutes tonight before he had to leave this game. So a little concern for Portland out on the road.
Brandon Roy makes it for the 3rd straight time.
Well-deserved. Been fantastic all season.
Scoring 23 a night, number 9. He's missed 7 games.
On the Portland Trail Blazers, the 2007 NBA Rookie of the Year, Brandon Roy.
And Brandon Roy is rolling 9 games in a row with at least 20 points. He's averaging 22 a game, 10th in the NBA in scoring. Coach, he's also playing heavy minutes. Brandon Roy, he's played 40-plus in 6 straight games.
After kind of trying to stretch it and feel it out, he went over to the bench, talked to the training staff, and just went back to the Portland locker room. And Roy already missed 15 games this season with a hamstring injury. He's had some knee problems in the past.
The biggest injury question mark, no longer a question because Brandon Roy having surgery on his torn meniscus, out for the playoffs as the Blazers announced. They're so banged up, which has really been unfortunate because they were so good all throughout the year.
We have to not only be good and talented, but at the same time, we have to be mentally tough. My job as the captain of the team is just try to challenge guys to come back better. And a lot of that is, they know I'm working extremely hard. So, you can't just lead by words, you have to lead by example.
The Portland Trail Blazers are pulling out all stops in order to get things turned around before heading to Phoenix. That would include reactivating star guard Brandon Roy just 8 days after having surgery on a torn meniscus in his right knee.
I'm proud of my team. All season long, we just kept saying if we can get healthy, we can be pretty good. And I wasn't able to play the entire series. So, I'm just proud of these guys for, stepping up and not making any excuses. Not even, when I got hurt for the playoffs, we still felt like we had a good chance of playing well.
Is your knee a huge concern to you, maybe more than it's been in the past right now?
It's a little bit slightly more concerned, but not to where it's like, oh no, what about the rest of the season? I was averaging 41 minutes. I don't think I've ever done that.
Boy, he had surgery on both knees. The surgery wasn't major for Brandon Roy. It was just sort of a clean-out procedure, but he's playing with literally no cartilage in his knees. The pain that he's got to deal with every single night has just got to be great.
Well, Brandon Roy on that Blazer bench in a suit, but not for long. Yes, Brandon before the game working out and looking good.
Really looking good. Looked like Brandon, he could get his shot.
A little emotional there and a little frustrated with just, losing those games. So, I apologize to our fans if I offended anybody, but it was just, disappointed in losing games and just want to be out there to help.
Just with everything I've been through this year. There were times I didn't know if I would play basketball again. We were down 20 points, and I just said, I'm going to play. I got nothing to lose. I just kept working. I got an opportunity tonight. I had nothing to lose, man. I was just going to play. It's a special night. I remember this one forever.
And Dallas is going to take this first-round series against Portland in a Game 6 on the road, Kevin. 103-96. Dallas comes away with the victory.
Do you feel at the very least you got your career back now?
Yeah, it gave me something to be excited about, moving around and playing, before I had those surgeries. There was a lot of questions. To be able to come back and play and contribute, it's big for me. It's big for my confidence, especially going forward.
Brandon Roy is going to file for a medical retirement today. This is one of the great players in the league the past few years, but he's had degenerative knees for so long. He's finally going to hang it up for medical reasons.
Imagine if someone told you had to give up the thing you love at 27. If there's any good news about it, money's not going to be an issue, so he'll financially be set. But the hardest thing now is going to be for Brandon Roy is trying to find something else to do.
The biggest step was actually not playing last year because sitting there, I said, okay, look, you may not be the player you were, but I think the only way you can move on from that is accepting it. And when I finally was able to accept that, that's when I said, okay, now I want to play basketball. No, I'm excited to be back, in the NBA and be a part of this organization. It was a tough season to sit out, but after thinking about it, I wanted to start to prepare myself to make a comeback. My body felt really great, responded really well.
Brandon Roy, who is excited to be unretired and back in the NBA. That's ahead as we roll on with Timberwolves basketball. Boy, he certainly looks pretty good in a Timberwolves uniform. A three-time All-Star, 2007 Rookie of the Year.
It's been great. Put a lot of hard work into it. Just working and trying to, prepare my body to go through a long season. And, every day I've been coming into work, I just have a smile on my face. The NBA is a league that I would say is of opportunity. When your opportunity comes, you just have to make the most of it. I'm still young. If I was to stop playing basketball, I don't know exactly what I would go into right away. I just say, why not? I still love to, show up and practice and work out. And when the time comes to stop playing, I'll know when that time comes. Well, I took a break just from basketball because of the way my career ended. I just wanted to stay away from it. Anytime you have to retire, 27, 28, it's hard to figure out what you want to do next.